I love these fabulous children's astrology books by Donna McGarry. They're delightful, whimsical, and entertaining. Visit zodiacs.com. Hello, fabulous Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of September 2014, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month, where it comes to love, as I mentioned last month, and I promised you I'd talk about it this month, there is a full moon happening in your opposite sign. And when there is lunar activity, lunar phenomenon taking place in your opposite sign, you know that stuff is going to happen where it comes to love. Sometimes it's awesome stuff, sometimes not so awesome stuff, depending on how you're looking at it, but ultimately, it is all moving you towards greater love and a greater understanding of what love is going to mean for you. Thankfully, this particular full moon is actually pretty awesome. It's actually really good. And the reason I say that is because this particular full moon happening in your opposite sign, so essentially your opposite sign is what is attracted back to you, what is being reflected back to you based on what you are giving out. And very often speaks to our alliances, our one-on-one connections. And of course, most of the time, our most important one-on-one connection is our partner, is our love alliance. And this particular full moon that is taking place is speaking in harmony with Pluto and with Saturn. I find this so fascinating for you where it comes to love, because it suggests to me that last month, late last month, when you had the new moon taking place in your sign, speaking with Neptune, as I spoke about in last month's horoscope, might have led to some feelings of uncertainty, some feelings of disappointment, some feelings like, oh wow, okay, this person is just sort of very wishy-washy, wishing that you could contain or nail down whether it was an answer, whether it was clarity, whether it was predictability. But all of that would have felt elusive and ultimately brought you back to yourself, asked you to empower yourself. Well, now here we are with this full moon taking place in the early part of the month, and it powerfully sets up a time for you to actually now get that clarity that you wanted late last month, to actually understand what's really going on at the core of an issue that you had hoped for last month, what felt so confusing, what felt so uncertain, what even might have felt disillusioning, now will find its container, now will find its certainty, and now you really hit the hammer on the nail of the truth, the essence of the matter, what is really going on in your relationship or in your status in love, and what it is that needs to change so that you can move in a direction of greater love and a stronger partnership as well. So those of you who are in an established bond, well, this very clearly is going to play out for you in terms of changes within your partnership, in terms of solidifying an understanding of who the two of you are and how the two of you are working together, and that this truly is a partnership for both of you. There's a deepening of commitment happening right now, but the commitment isn't only obligatory. It is the type of commitment that is also rooted in a genuine intensity for each other and a genuine sense of being there for each other, deeply there for each other. So when I say a deepening of commitment, this isn't only about something that's taking place on paper. That's a strong possibility, yes. For those of you who are looking to, lock this thing down, that could certainly happen for you. You could notice progress on that front. However, there's a strong emotional component to this, and so it could be that deepening of the commitment is actually happening on levels of emotion for you. Those of you who have somebody in your sphere, there are going to be some powerful learning and lessons around love, and it's mostly going to be with you really seeing who this person really is, and if you feel that this person fits into the long-term picture that you have for your life or not. You'll be able to be honest about that, and you'll be able to make changes from that knowledge and go forward from that place and from that knowledge. Those of you who don't have anybody in your sphere right now, are not attached to anybody right now, I do think that this could be a really important time for you. When there is lunar phenomenon in your opposite sign, there's pretty much always at least somebody there as an impetus to help you to learn some of these lessons. And so this tells me that at the very least there's going to be some sort of an attraction that helps to set off some of this learning for you. But it looks like this learning is actually a long time coming. This learning is the kind that have been building for a while. The lessons have been building for a while, and now you are in a place to finally receive them. And it has to do with understanding what needs to adjust within you, what you need to see within yourself if you are going to move yourself towards greater love, what barriers within you need to transform, where your work is so that true transformation happens that really lets a deeper love in. One thing is for sure though, when there is lunar phenomenon in your opposite sign, stuff is happening where it comes to love. You are learning, you are growing, you are deepening your appreciation of the value of partnership and having somebody there that you trust and can share with and can grow with as well. All of that is possible to you, and actually I see you moving so much further ahead than you have been towards the realization of these things. And if you have these things, it'll just become that much more deeper. And the universe is doing its very, very best to give you a love that is stable, that is strong, and is greater than a love that you knew before.